20 years, Professor Frederick Broder has been indulging a fantasy rarely shared by others. He's been playing the role of a miracle worker, or performing miracles, I should say. He has many, many accomplishments. One that I wanted to pass on to you is he's a recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award from the International Association of Magicians. This is really only the second award presented in the 13-year history, so we're really excited to have you on the talk show. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
You also have your own store, Presto Magic, which I understand is the second largest in the state of California.
As far as we know, it's a little hard to keep track, but we're getting bigger each and every year. That's what I plan to retire to.
Very good. Now,
That's great.
You sell magic tricks. Do you also teach people how to do them?
We sell magic tricks, both amateur and professional, to the amateurs, to the professionals, and then every once in a while I get the urge and we put together classes for both adults and classes for children. And we design magic that children can handle very simply, and magic a little more complex for the adults. And then I also give private lessons.
Do you ever invent your own tricks?
Oh yes, constantly.
My goodness.
As a matter of fact, that is the fun of it. I'm not sure any of us really invent new tricks, but we find new ways to do the classics of magic, new simple little twists that make it more interesting.
Like the old thing about there being only seven jokes, and every new joke is a variation on one of the seven themes,
that's
right?
about it, right. The late Joe Berg, who had a very, very fine magic shop, used to say there are only three things a magician can do. He can make something disappear, he can make something appear, or he can change something into something else. And everything we ever do in magic is one of those three variations. But he forgot that ESP would eventually begin to work, and ESP calls for mind power, and the amazing release of mind power to make a fourth category.
So you utilize ESP then
I
as well.
do some minor ESP, yes. I put together several years ago, because I got fascinated with ESP, I put together a mental act, an act of clairvoyance, deja vu. But I can only do the experiments. I can't predict when the Hindenburg will go down, and I can't...
You're a little late on that one, by the way, Fred.
Oh, I knew I missed something. But essentially...
It was in some of the papers, from what I understand.
I'm not sure I was old enough to read.
Now you have performed for over 1 million people.
That's right.
And where can we see you now? Throughout the Southland?
Basically, it gets very complicated. I'm a college professor by trade. I run my magic shop, and then I do casuals. If they were to call my Long Beach store and ask about a magic show, either a children's party, let's say, or an adults party, or an organization show, or an ESP show, then I would book a casual booking. That way I don't have to pay an agent. The prices stay relatively low, and at the same time I offer, hopefully, some of the finest magic that you can find.
What got you interested in it?
Rather embarrassing question. I've been interested in magic all my life, and yet never, coming from a very small town, never got a chance to really see magicians or do it. In 1970, a friend of mine took me to a famous place called the Magic Castle, and I fell in love with the place.
You may want to explain to the audience what the Magic Castle is.
The Magic Castle is a club that was built, that was actually put together in Hollywood for magicians. They found an old mansion and they converted it as a nonprofit organization. Each year they make changes and add things to keep it in the nonprofit status, I would imagine. But it is the meeting place for the Academy of Magic, and probably the most famous place, the most famous magic place in the world today.
Wonderful.
And at any rate, I fell in love with the place, and I said to my friend, how do you join? He told me what the associate membership was, and I said, teachers don't make that kind of money. He said, well, it's just too bad you don't do a magic show, or you don't have a magic show. You could go in as a serious magician, and the price is much less to go in as a full member. And I thought, aha. So I spent the summer teaching myself magic, haunting the magic shops that existed, and late in October, I bluffed my way in, convinced them that I was a well-known magician back east. That's why I used the name Presto, because there must be 30 or 40 Prestos in America. And I bluffed my way. The first
This is
magic,
the truth.
This
You
is the
really
truth.
bluffed your way in.
The first magic show I ever did in my life was for membership of the famed Magic Castle.
Goodness.
And
you're
much to
known-
my delight, they accepted me.
You're known as Presto the Digitator.
That's right. That's different from Presto 1 or Presto 2 or whoever the other Prestos are. That's the full pun on the word prestidigitator. Presto the Digitator.
Very good.
And how did you get to begin teaching and that sort of thing? How did the store come to be?
Oh, okay. The store was sort of a backward thing. Everything I do is backward, I guess. That's what it is. My mother retired. Now, she sat around in her little rocking chair saying her children were too old, they didn't need her, they were grown up and married, and her work didn't need her. In fact, she had nothing to live for. And I said, Mom, I've been waiting on my chance. Now's the time we open our little bookshop. And the whole idea was to keep her busy, be able to supplement her retirement, and keep her happy. So we started. But being smarter than the average bear, I decided what a great chance to put in a small little department on magic so I can buy my own act wholesale. I didn't think that it would sell. I didn't really care. All I wanted to, if I wanted paper stuff or rope, I could buy it wholesale. And that way I could keep going. So in the long run, the shop started when nobody in the entire area of Long Beach was reading. And we were doing a great job of losing money on reading material. But the magic tricks and the gags and the jokes and novelties began to pick up. Then, unfortunately, after my mother had her stroke, I turned it over to other people, and they found that the same thing was happening. And eventually, when I made my move to Atlantic Avenue, I was told it wasn't zoned for used books. So the books went, and the magic stayed, and we've been working
that
ever
right?
since for 12 years
Great.
now.
That's super.
12 years.
Now
Fantastic.
you've got some tricks to show us when we ask a guest.
One
to,
never has tricks, and one
Okay.
has illusion.
All right.
Illusion.
Yes, an illusion.
We've got to
is
get the
rather
lingo down,
That's right.
Casey.
That's right. An illusion. You know, not too long ago, there was a great little green holiday. Remember that holiday?
I believe
I
it's
think
St.
so.
Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's Day, yes. I was very fortunate. I caught a leprechaun.
Did you really?
Oh, yes. I caught a leprechaun, and I put him right in here. As a matter of fact, the interesting thing is, would you like to see me leprechaun? Take a look at that. Now, for those of you who have any doubts, there is the purse, and there is the leprechaun. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Great.
He's
Drew it
handsome.
myself, yes.
So far, so good.
There.
I've seen
There's
his
the
grandson on
leprechaun.
boxes of Lucky Charms.
Is that what you've seen? One can only doubt you. At any rate, the secret is you take this and you put him back in. Now, you have to be very careful because leprechauns like to escape. So you put him right here, and you just simply turn the bag upon him. You can even see it going right in like that. Now, of course, if you were to say Aaron Gobra, we'd be in big trouble.
We would.
That's right, try it.
Aaron go bra.
Make a good look. She doesn't believe this. That's amazing. I can't understand why you don't.
Oh my goodness.
And I would
For heaven's
jettison
sakes.
them. Look at this. Nothing there, of course, but 2 gold coins for me. The
Goodness.
leprechaun's price for escaping.
I don't suppose you're going to show us how to do that.
Gee, you're correct. Isn't that exciting? You got that right.
Moving
yes.
right along then.
We have to tell the audience that we've not seen these tricks beforehand, and
No.
I can't spot anything.
I couldn't. I was
And
sitting
no
very
trick
close.
photography, right?
Absolutely
Oh, I
no. This
love
is
that.
being done
I
live on
always
tape,
say that.
as they say.
Right. Might show you one other one. I'll stand for this because it makes it much easier if I reach down and grab a thing called a rope.
I've
Now,
heard
if
of
you
that.
don't mind, I'll stand.
Okay.
This is rather unbelievable because I always teach people with this. See, a rope has one end and it has the other end. Yet very magical. One end, the other end. Watch. Now, this is one end, this is the other end.
Boy, that's a great
Are you
trick,
following?
Fred.
Yes. If you put the two ends together, you get what is known as a middle. That's very important. Take the two just like this and turn just like that and tie, and you get what is known as a rope without any end. Okay? But if I turn the rope around like that, this is the weirdest rope of all. This is a rope with both ends at the middle. Think about that.
Well, this really
All
has
right,
been
you like this. It's been
Yes.
educational.
this is
but
really
I
a
take a pair of
terrific trick
scissors.
so far.
Yes. If you take a pair of scissors, you know what scissors are.
Uh-huh.
Scissors.
Yes.
I can't say scissors.
You can't.
Scissors, wait a minute. You reach in and
I'm
you cut the
following.
rope like this. Now you have a rather interesting one because you have a rope with 1, 2, 3, 4 ends.
True.
If you buy
Okay.
that, we can sell you the book and bridge. It doesn't really matter. This is a rope with 4 ends. Some people say that's messy. Others say that's a knotty problem. It doesn't really matter because if you don't like it there, we can just simply move it down here.
My goodness.
Now, there are some people who object to a knot at all. Then you take this and you just simply take it and take it off. It makes it so much easier. Now, at the Magic Castle, this is known as the cut and restored rope. And that's the way they end there. But I am Presto. I don't like to end where anyone else does, so instead.
My goodness, that's terrific.
Wow.
And that makes it much, much easier to work with.
Jeez.
Wonder
Now,
what happened to the rope. Okay.
I don't know if we'll find out in this lifetime,
don't
for
think
heaven's
so.
sakes.
Listen, if I were to give away the secrets, it would be terrible.
This
but it
is
seems
true.
only fair that I teach you 1 or 2 of them.
Okay.
Yes.
So that you can go home tonight and please the kids, please the relatives,
In my
go down
case,
to the
please the cat
bar,
and the dog.
cage drinks. You can do any of these things.
So, do you want... Are we going to do my trick?
Go
Or are you
ahead.
going to teach us?
You're the
no,
boss.
No, go ahead. Let's...
Okay, well, we'll try this because I've got a little thing for you called a paddle. Now, I don't know whether you can zoom in on the paddle and see the paddle or not. It'll probably be easier. I am going to lift it up, but can you see the yellow paddle has a black top hat?
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yes.
A little black top hat on that side. On the other side, a little black top hat. Now, that'll be the range. A top hat here, a top hat there.
Okay.
Back and forth, right?
Right.
Now, on the other hand, the most classic of all things to do with a top hat is to wave it like this and instantly have a bunny appear.
Oh.
And you see the bunny down
Yes.
there. There's a bunny on that side and a bunny on that side. We have not 1, but 2 bunnies,
Only
one on
fair.
each side.
Okay.
Now, some people say that's neat, but what happens if you press while you push him back into the thing?
He went away.
That's right.
Disappeared.
On both sides, he's gone.
Okay.
See? Now, that's an easy trick.
It
You
is.
can handle
You
it.
think I can do it?
I know you can do it. As a matter of fact, I provided you with a paddle.
Okay.
Now, when I do this, I'm going to give away the trick, and I hope none of my magical friends get angry at me, but this is a great trick. You've got a paddle with a bunny on one side and just the hat on the other side.
Want to show the
Okay.
audience yours, Cam?
Now, the idea is to
they can
take
see that.
these 2 fingers, hold it like this with the thumb holding it in place.
Okay.
If you pull in that direction with the fingers and yet push with the thumb, you'll swivel it around.
So that when you push it up,
Now, wait a minute, you're getting
Oh, I'm
ahead
getting
of me.
ahead of you.
Yes, all we want to do is swivel it like that first
Okay.
until you can get a good, clean swivel. That's it. See? Now, place the hat up. This time, hold your arm stiff, but rotate your wrist. You would show the bunny, put it back down and it's clean. Put it back up, the bunny, and clean. Now, if you rotate this way at the same time that you twist your wrist, it will give an appearance that you're seeing both sides of the paddle, and yet They're clean. There's no bunny on either side. Now I'll do it very, very slowly so that you can watch the wrist turning, yet you will never see the bunny because you're turning it that
Amazing.
slowly. Obviously, you can't turn it that slowly if you're going to fool anyone. So you need to do it with a little bit of speed. Okay? Now, to make the bunny appear, you're going to use that same roll, but this time to the side to confuse people, and as you go out, you roll and pull back.
Okay, so as I go out, I roll.
There you go.
But I like the way you did it. You went like this, and then you came back with
Beautiful.
the bunny.
Right,
That was
like
good.
this, and then
Magically.
suddenly it's there. Poof, it has appeared. Now, again, you do that same paddle move by pushing outward as you swivel, and it seems as if the bunny is on both sides of the paddle.
Okay. I like
Now,
this. This I
that
can
makes it
handle.
very easy to work with. Here's the fun of it. You now take your hand, open it, show it empty, and put it over the paddle as it rolls like that, and you squeeze it back into the hat. Heck, all you're doing, I'll leave my hand way up high, all you're doing is turning it over as you hide it, but it's masked because you cannot see it.
Love
Now
it.
it's there.
Beautiful.
And that's how you do the famous rabbit in the hat trick, just like that.
Very
There
good.
you go. See?
I like it.
Magic is fun.
It sure
Now
is.
you've got a trick that you want to show me too. We're gonna have to make this segment go a little bit longer than we had originally planned.
Well, I can
So,
talk
let's.
faster.
No. That's fine. That's great.
Okay, yes, I had one. I asked you for a dollar bill.
And I showed you my wallet, and we had the moths escape from there, and Cami gave me $1.
Cammy's
See
the
what he
rich
has
one
me
in the
around
group.
for,
Right
too.
there. All right, I need a dollar bill. You've examined this. There's no gimmick to it.
No, that's George Washington's
And
picture on
these
it and
are
everything.
two ordinary but rather large paper clips.
Okay.
Now, the interesting thing about a dollar bill is that one side of it is printed in black ink with greenish tinge to the paper. The other side is printed in green ink. To make it easy, leave the green ink side facing up and fold this bill into 1/3, just like
Okay.
that. Now, at this point, you pin them together with the paper clip, being sure that the short end of the paper clip, the inside one, is toward the longer portion of the bill. In other words, downward. And leave just enough so that you can later grab this. When you've done that, fold the bill over the other third way and turn it over and place the other paper clip again so that the shorter point fits right in between the two, like that. And you have two paper clips that are not in any way joined together.
And they're not
They are
even
totally
touching.
separate, right. Now, of course, paper clips have a way of multiplying.
Do they
when you
really?
least expect them.
Really?
They're sort of like hangers. In fact, I think they are the children of hangers, because if you take these two paper clips and you just simply slide them, they mate.
Amazing.
I'm glad this is your trick, Casey, because
Yes.
I'm not sure I could do this.
Neither am
Nothing
I.
to it. It works
looks
automatically.
really simple.
Now, relax while I get that apart. I'm going to let you do the two.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you,
At no time will my fingers leave my wrists.
hopefully.
Well, let's see. So we fold it like so, right? And put the inside, this goes
Well,
like
you're folding it. Remember I said put the
green side.
green side up. Now fold it in like that.
All
now
right.
put with the short side down,
And short side down.
so that it's clipping the longer of the two. And put it toward the end,
Towards
toward
the
the
end.
far end.
Okay, and don't crease the bill.
Well, it helps if you don't, though
Okay.
American money is very strong.
Well,
Now, fold
you-
over the other end. No, sir, fold it under.
All right.
That's it. Now take the other paper clip and clip
Okay.
it only
To-
into the middle section. Do not take the
That
end
I
section.
remember. That I remember. Okay.
Now, when you clip it, just pull them with a steady motion and don't let go of the bill. Just keep pulling it like that.
It worked.
And it works.
It worked.
Magic.
Amazing.
You'd be
Now-
surprised if you invent a patter story and you talk about
Oh,
the
no.
mating of the magic.
Yes.
You've got it.
Now
We
you-
have one other little thing
Oh,
to
that's
do.
right. That's right. You wanted
You want
to
to
show.
segue
Yes.
to that?
Yes.
Good. All right. Look how I get rid of stuff. There we go. All right. I thought you might be interested in this. Can you read it?
American
Can you
cable
get a real
system.
tight shot of that, please?
American cable system.
The company would love to see that.
The company wants that, I'm sure, yes. And of course, the interesting thing is that I happen to be on the talk show.
Do not enter.
That's right. Now, the reason I had to bring this out is because I had intended to bring my little rabbit, Rudolph.
See, he's not watching the NCAA
Rudolph
playoffs, right?
would not come tonight,
Yeah.
no. So when we were in Japan, I got this silk.
Beautiful.
Beautiful silk,
Oh,
isn't
that's
it?
darling. Where'd
That's
you
right,
find that?
showing Rudolph coming.
Oh.
What do you mean? I had this made.
Rabbit. Oh, I love
In Japan.
Nice likeness
For
of
Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Yes, looks just like Rudolph. But at any rate, it's rather interesting because you see, you've got all of these parts to it. You've got that, and you've got that. I forgot to tell you, it's a nice clear tube inside. And my wife, Mrs. Presto, always says to be neat. So she's very strong on that, so I don't want to leave any messes. We'll just
We
put
appreciate that, too.
right in here. And of course, that is the famous talk show.
Little plug
The
never hurt.
infamous talk show
Let's
often
get
done.
it down there where I can see it. There we go. All right. Put the talk show in, and that leaves nothing but the American cable. See, now, if you put this in, this is when magic really works. You wave your hand over it and you say, Presto. From Presto Magic. And you won't believe this, but if you take a good look, you'll find that Presto Magic is there, the talk show is there.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and there's the
There's
little bunny.
my little bunny.
Oh,
That's
Rudolph
Rudolph.
wants to come out.
Look at that.
Aw.
Hey, great.
Oh, that's cute.
And I tell you what, just to show you what a nice guy I am, if anybody at all is interested in that money link of yours or a paddle,
Yes.
you have them stop in my magic shop on Atlantic. in
Give us the
Long
address.
Beach. 5701 Atlantic Avenue.
In Long Beach, near South Street, right?
Right, just
Okay.
below South Street. And I'll give them one free if they say talk show or if they remember either of your first names.
Okay, well, we have trouble
Wonderful.
remembering that sometimes, but we'll invite the eye.
Thank you
And
so
give us your
much.
phone number, too. So.
And my phone number is 213 code 428-3882.
You too,
Right?
Fred.
Great.
Very good.
Terrific. Thank you.
More of the talk show is on the way after this break. Stay with us.
Oh, that's
Very good.
Ain't my way on, no matter what you come about.